What's up, guys? Dan Stewart here, creator of CDL Prep App. Today I would like to give you a quick tutorial on how to use this app and what it's all about. And if you enjoy it, please like and subscribe. And if you want to check it out, you can go to www.cdlprep.app, or you can scan this QR code right here. And if you have any questions or comments or have any requests for features, you can email me at dan.cdlprep.app@gmail.com. I would like to let you know that I got my CDL Class A license in the state of Massachusetts. So this test or this app is geared for that. I would think that most tests around the country are similar, but I'd love to hear from you. So please email me if there's something that I'm missing here that your state requires. I added this oil gauge for Connecticut, and Massachusetts doesn't need that, but I can add pretty much anything. So let me know in the comments below, or you can email me directly. All right, I'll give you a quick walkthrough of this app. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. So right now, as you can see, we are outside the vehicle. We can chalk the wheels. We can do may I continue. This is basically for if something fails in Massachusetts. If one of your tests fails, you need to ask the police officer or the state trooper or whoever's giving you the test, may I continue?
May I continue?
So I have that button there. Some states might not require that. Here's the stopwatch. You can start it, stop it, and reset it. If you need a stopwatch for your test, Massachusetts does. So let's go ahead. We can chalk. I'm going to leave the wheels unchalked, and you'll see why later. We're going to enter the vehicle, and now we can go ahead and put the key in the ignition. We can turn the battery on. See, the ABS lights have turned on and off. The gauges have cycled, and we can go ahead and look at our gauge. We're at 118 PSI. We can toggle the PSI on and off if you want to practice reading. I would suggest turning them off, trying to practice reading it, and then turning it on to see how close you were. So we will now turn the engine on. All right, so the vehicle is started. The oil pressure gauge rises, and we can go ahead and let's start messing around with these gauges. The first thing I would know is there's a few ways that it'll give you a fail. For instance, if you hit the brake while these parking brakes are engaged, compounded the brakes fail. In Massachusetts, you fail if you compound the brakes. So now look, we went below 100 PSI and the governor has cut in. So we know the governor's working. We can fuel it up. And we could fuel it all the way to full, but for the sake of time in the video, I'm going to just pump the brakes down. And there you have it. The low air alarm goes off. So we know the low air alarm is working properly. Let's also check the emergency spring brakes. Both popped. And we can go ahead and fuel it back up just to get rid of that noise. And a couple things I will show you real quick once this goes off. So you can do tug tests. You tug test against your trailer parking brake and your tractor parking brake. You can also build up speed and test your trolley brake, which also works. Well, we're compounding the brakes, but you can see that it works, or the service brake. So real quick, I'll just show you. Let's release the tractor parking brake, and we can get it into first gear. And now we can release and do a pull. So we're just doing a tug real quick. That shaking indicates you're doing a tug. Or it'll shake like that if you have your wheels chalked and you move forward. So that's how that works. That's about it for this, guys. You can do a full Massachusetts brake test. Massachusetts is, I believe, the second hardest test in the country. So I'm assuming that if the Massachusetts test has it, that your test probably has it too, or vice versa. So let's go to the test mode over here. Right now I only have Massachusetts, and I can do other states if people request for it. This did take me a really long time to create, and to be honest, I think it's you don't really need it. This part is the best, but I'll show you quickly what this is like. So here's all the steps for the Massachusetts test. We start on the first one, and it's secure the vehicle. So the first thing we'd want to do, see, sometimes if you don't really know, you can just hit hint, open door. And we can just go through hitting hint, enter vehicle. Practice by reading text out loud. As I enter or exit the vehicle, I always use 3 points of contact. You can listen to it.
As I enter or exit the vehicle, I always use 3 points of contact.
All right, so this is for the Massachusetts test. We're required to say that, and this will just help you to practice. And if you do make a mistake, let's say we go ahead and release the parking brake, incorrect sequence, please try again. You will now restart from the beginning. Good luck. And it restarts you from the beginning. No matter where you are, it will start you from the beginning if you click something wrong. So it is very hard to get through. I would urge anyone to try it, even if you're not from Mass. It could be fun to try to get all the way through. And that's about it for the Mass test. Again, you can just go ahead and click ahead if you would like to and try different tests. I know Connecticut doesn't have some of these tests, so if I was from Connecticut and I wanted to try this, I would just skip over the ones that my state didn't require. For now, I will abort the test, end the test, and that's it. That's pretty much it for this app. There's one little game I created as well. It's a gauge reading game. You essentially enter the gauge twice and then do the difference of the two gauges. So it says enter gauge reading for the first gauge. All right, so that's about 133. If you want to check, you can see 133. I got that one right. You enter it here. There are different game modes, easy, medium, or hard, and that will determine how far away you can be for it to let you pass. So for instance, this is plus or minus 2 on easy. So if I said 135, it'll still let me pass. Okay, 136 would be a fail. Medium, 135 would have been wrong. All right, so the next one we want to do is, now we want to read this one. I'm going to guess that's 123. Let's see. So show PSI reading, 123. So I got that one right. 123, we'll enter that. And again, and you can show your entered PSI if you want. If you want to try to do it by memory, then you don't show the entered PSI. So 135. So this next step is enter the difference between the two gauges. We have 135 minus 123, which is 12. Submit. Correct, you completed the game. Pretty simple game. It'll help you to read your gauges and do the math part for your, for the air loss rate tests and any other time that you have to do the gauge reading. All right, that's pretty much it. So I'd love to hear back from you. Please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. And feel free to email me with any questions. And that's about it from me, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.